You of course want to stop being lazy. You want to stop wasting time on things that don't help you, and you want to instead take all of that and put it towards something that does help you. That only benefits your life from you doing it, and only brings you closer and closer to achieving your goals and your purpose in life. You don't want to feel lazy, you don't want to feel like you're worthless because you don't do anything. And you want to feel strong, masculine, successful and productive. But how much do you actually want it? Will you sacrifice the 1 hour a day you spend on video games? The 1 hour a day you spend watching self-improvement videos that supposedly make your life better and you learn all these tips and tricks, but you don't implement the things from those videos and they end up to be a waste of time. Will you give up laying in bed after you've woken up after a restful sleep because it's so cozy and it's so comfortable and you don't kind of want to get up because you can do the things that you need to do later, and the extra rest is beneficial because you'll feel so energetic afterwards, and then actually sitting down to do the work, but then finding yourself drifting off towards tasks that are quite menial, that you don't need to do immediately, that actually don't move the needle towards success, and you do them because they're easy. You feel productive without having to put in a lot of effort, and so you keep doing it to get this false sense of achievement and being productive, but you're not being productive and you're being lazy by applying yourself to something that is empty, that's meaningless, and boils down to be a waste of time. Are you ready to admit that none of that is necessary, that you haven't been good enough, and that you need to do better? The actual definition of lazy is unwilling to work or use energy, which I think can easily extend out to be unwilling to work much or use much energy. And the definition of being productive is producing or being able to produce large amounts of goods or other commodities. So the only way you can truly be productive is by getting results. And if you're too worried about how you feel, how energetic you are, and dreading the potential workload that you would have instead of worrying about the potential results that you can get, then you are lazy. You need to understand and accept how much you relate to being lazy. If you're unwilling to work or expend out energy towards something that requires that energy and effort, then you are lazy, which isn't that big of a problem if you admit it and are willing to change. But if you're going to get defensive and start defending doing meaningless, pointless tasks all day long, then you won't get anywhere. And so if you want to get from a lazy man to a productive man, then you must be willing to work and expend out energy towards producing a large amount of goods or commodities. Basically, getting results in some sort of way through your actions and energy. And we need to do that without getting confused with just being busy, which just means having a great deal to do. Now you can be busy without being productive, because you can be busy with tasks that are useless, meaningless, and aren't needed to carry out. And so we're not aiming to just be busy, we're aiming to be productive, which is actually getting results and not just making yourself have things to do, having a long to-do list at the start of every day, but then at the end of the day, not being closer to where you want to be. And I would say the first step from being lazy to becoming productive and actually achieving results in the thing that you're pursuing is finding the few vital behaviors or most essential tasks that you need to carry out that move the needle the very most. Because most people overthink pretty much everything when it comes to any sort of entrepreneurship. Even beginner YouTubers would massively overthink it. Because of course the most essential task when it comes to YouTube is making videos. Because if I only made thumbnails, there'd be no video to post. If I focused on the best camera, the best audio, and the best background, I wouldn't have any videos to post. If I focused on extremely good editing that keeps the audience engaged, I would have no video to post. But if I focused on making videos and making them as engaging as possible, I would have videos to post, and a lot of them. Because if I only focused on making videos and implement everything else but not really focus on it, then I'm doing the right thing. My energy is narrowed down on the most important thing in becoming successful on YouTube, which is making good videos that people like, that people subscribe to, that people interact with, and then my channel would grow from there. So find out the essential tasks that you need to carry out with and start doing them. Start doing them before you try to perfect everything else in this endeavor that you're trying to achieve. And with YouTube, for example, you should be making videos as often as possible, and only then learning how to make better thumbnails, how to edit videos that will retain viewers for longer, how to talk better on camera that will make people more engaged. Before you do any of that, you should be uploading near enough every day and then try to get better. Because if you're trying to get better without actually starting, I think it's nearly like mental masturbation, because you're trying to get the right answers and you're building up this fantasy of getting everything right first time, but you won't get it right. And you're finding out all of these new things, but they won't actually help you get started. You starting will help you get started, will get your foot in the door, will help you gain momentum. And as you gain momentum, as you start doing these things every single day, naturally getting better, and then on top of that, researching how to be better at the same time, then your results will absolutely skyrocket than if you just did research without putting in any effort on the essential tasks that you need to carry out with. And then secondly, measure the important things that aren't just results. So after you find out the vital behaviors that you need to carry out every single day, you then set up a system that you can measure how well you've been doing it or how much you've been doing it. Because focusing on the important behaviors and the most essential tasks is what is going to help you reach success and not just results. Me focusing on the behavior of uploading videos is going to help me reach success, and not focusing on how many views I get, how much engagement I get, or how many subscribers one video gets. If I purely focus on the videos that I upload, the results will come. If I focus on the videos and making them as best I can, that is pretty much all I need to focus on when it comes to becoming successful in YouTube. And the very same goes for you, because if you want to become more lean and muscular, for example, you need, instead of focusing on the actual size of your muscles and how much you can lift, focus on the act of going to the gym every day and lifting a little bit more every single day. Eating less junk food and eating more clean, high protein food every single day. And so you find out the essential tasks that you need to carry out every single day, and you do them every single day. And then you set up a system to make you able to measure the behaviors that you need to carry out. So you very clearly know when you're on track in doing these behaviors that will automatically bring you towards the goals that you want to achieve without you having to worry about much else. If you worry about these behaviors, then you will get what you want. And then lastly, learn to work hard before you learn how to work smart. Because a lot of people starting out in entrepreneurial endeavors or trying to do something effortful that will gain a lot of reward, people of course want to take the easy way. They want to find out how to do something easier so then it's less effortful and they still get the results from it. The vast majority of the time you will not find an easier way to do it, and you will just find a worse way to do it. And if you're unwilling to just do the work that you know you need to do without trying to find shortcuts or trying to find an easier way, then you're being lazy because you're unwilling to work as much or use as much energy. And only once all of your day is taken up with the work that you're doing the most essential tasks, you're not wasting time doing things that aren't needed to do. Only when all of your time is taken up do you then learn how to work smart. Everything that you've ever wanted in life is waiting for you at the finish line, and people are rooting for you to get there. So don't let them down, and most importantly, don't let yourself down. Stop being lazy, start being productive, do the work that you know you need to do, but most importantly, start right now today. Put in enough time and attention because that will make anything into reality.